All right, everybody, we are live, and I'm here with Poston to do an interview about how I got in the video and my past experiences with a certain channel that we all know. How you doing tonight, Poston?
Hey, doing pretty good, doing pretty good. Yeah, Malik, I was gonna do this interview on the Prodigal Champ, but
Yeah.
of course I got a flag on the Prodigal Champ, so that's why we're doing it here. And
Okay.
actually, I've been working on some stuff. I should have an Undertaker Freak video up sometime this week. I've already got the video recorded. I'm just ripping them. I'm gonna go ahead and do an edit on my thing, so it may be a 2 or 3 part series on the Prodigal Champ. So be looking for that. But with that being said, I'm here really, like I said, I'm going to promote this on my channel as well. So I'll upload a video basically saying go check out this video right here. I'll leave a link in the description to my video. But this is Malik X. Go ahead, Malik X. Everybody knows him. He's been on Dark Horse's, basically some of Dark Horse's Raw reviews. And I'm just going to be interviewing him and kind of asking him the questions that maybe a lot of people want to know, introduce him and whatnot to the YWC right here because he's still a growing channel. So go ahead and support him if you're on my channel. Go ahead and sub to him. But first off, let's go ahead and who was one of your favorite, how did you come across YouTube? And before you even started making videos and whatnot, what drawed you to YouTube? What was basically your motivation for coming to YouTube?
Well, Poston, excuse me. All right. First, of course, I found YouTube by browsing. It was a popular, popular site, and I've known about it, of course, like everybody has, though, for years. Thing is, one night, being a big wrestling fan, one night browsing wrestling videos, I came across a video for the ETA channel. I liked the guy. I thought it was cool, and he talked about Google Hangouts. I mean, I already knew what they were, but I had never done one, and I've always wanted to try one like this to chat with friends. So when I saw what he was doing, covering wrestling and having Google Hangout chats on wrestling, I decided, that would be perfect for me. A perfect group. I could chat, and I got started there. I never really thought about making videos. I was just, participating in on the Google Hangout chats, so I subbed to them, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, it was a good stress reliever, after you get off work, just to talk about something you like and that you love, watching, and, in the beginning, it was all great.
So ETA Enter the Arena is the first one that drew you into YouTube as like a subscriber and whatnot. What drew you into making videos, actually?
Well, I saw what they were doing. And I discovered other YWC members, what they were doing. I decided, I got the tools when I tried myself. I'm not a good talker. I'm not a character, at least not yet. I'm just, what you see here is what you get in real life. I don't try to do a voice, or I just try to be me. That's the best thing you can do, because, even if you try to act, people can see right through it, So like I said, I have a camcorder, and of course I got a desktop and a laptop, and I bought a webcam, a new webcam, and I started making videos, just little small stuff,
Yeah, I understand what you're kind of saying, right? Like with Sean's View, how he's always like, I'm Sean's View. I do characters and whatnot, like the Sleeper taking, well, it started off as Sleeper taking over as Shit Creek Survivor now, and the John Cena character. But, like, the difference between, like, me and Sean's View and character is that either A, that's the way I see said person, like John Cena, that's just the way I see him in my mind, how he would act amongst it. So I portray something that I see in my mind of how John Cena would be and how John Cena would think. With the Shit Creek Survivor, that's the way I feel. That's how I feel with the stuff that I say, but I just do it in a sense of satire. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I put a spin on something that I see. I over-embellish said thing to make it seem like it's the greatest thing in the world, not to get anybody to, like, say, hate a group or hate a movie or whatever I'm talking about at the time, but pretty much for comedy purposes. I over embellish shit. So that's the way it goes for my characters. But like you're sitting there saying is that you could always see through like certain characters and whatnot that people were playing, like trolling and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Were there any particular characters at that time that was interesting you or drew you in?
Well, on actually no. I mean, there was a lot of characters that might drew me in. Mostly when I go on YouTube now, I'm looking at like movie clips of old music videos. I look at music videos first and foremost. Since I've been since I'm an amateur YWC member, I've started looking at more WJ videos. Of course, I discovered General Jerry after I discovered the other guy. I see how his character is, and I looked at a piece of a Sean's View, but not cut it off. And I looked at a piece of a Smart Busters. They're kind of funny because another buddy of mine on here, who's a big fan of them, he likes their phrases. Of course, now I see where he gets it from. But me, in the future, I could be a character, or I could, or basically, I can just, what I would do is, instead of being a character, I would mock what I see somebody saying on a promo, or what they're saying on Twitter. I would mock them and flip it on them. I've done that before.
Right. So you started off right, and you come in here and like, did you just do like personal videos, kind of like single videos for your channel? Is that how you started off, or did you always just Did you just make a channel basically to do the Google Hangouts with?
Yeah. I always had a Google channel. I just had no videos because when you make an email with Google owns YouTube, as you know. They know they merged. You automatically have a YouTube profile. You just have to put videos. I think my first video was the night after some drama happened on another channel, and I made a response video to it at the time. So ever since then, I started making videos, with my other friend. We were doing UFC coverage, and we haven't done any in a while because it's the summer months and living at home. I help my parents out with yard work and stuff, on Saturdays and Sundays. So I don't get to cover the UFC stuff anymore as I like. Now this past week I made like 8 videos just to get videos out there, to put them out there, content based on articles. It's a lot of fun. I shoot them in my car because I can talk more freely outside my house than here.
Okay, so you come into the YWC, and you're already a big fan of ETAs. I'm going to assume that you were probably following a lot of what ETA was doing.
Yeah.
And then later you become affiliated with them. Go ahead and discuss how you ended up getting on board and getting affiliated and doing the Google Hangouts and being a part of the show and whatnot.
Okay. I started commenting on Don's videos. I found out they were on Facebook. I messaged him. I friended him. And eventually they recognized my name, saw my name, and I was able to get in on the first hangout, which was, I had a blast. So from there, as much as I could, I tried to attend their raw reviews. As you know, I have a job, that's why I work late. I didn't always make all of them, but I made several of them. So, and even after the hangouts were over, we would, me and the other members would sit and talk. Don would leave, Jerry would stay on for a while, talk less, he would joke around. But of course, living in Ireland, the hour difference, he would leave. So I got to know a few people, out there, and it was all great. I friended them on Facebook, the ones that were on Facebook, and for months on end, up until like the end of last year, before the Royal Rumble, before that, there was some drama that happened. ETA, of course, as you know, had a Facebook chat. And one night, like I said, I'm not gonna mention any names, but I'm just gonna mention I'm just gonna say a certain person. That certain person was, arguing with us because another friend, he was gonna start his own channel and wanted to become big, and this guy on the chat was cursing him, calling him out, cursing him, cursing me, and cursing another buddy that's on the hangout. So my other buddy, he comes on the chat and he removes him, and basically to make peace, and he says they're done. So that stopped. But of course, Don Banks logs back in, and he warns that other users, saying you're not allowed to remove anybody. This is your second warning. If you do it again, you're gone from ETA. And he responded by saying, this guy was trolling, this guy was cursing and everything. And I was witness, I vouched for him. I tried to tell Don twice in 2 messages. All Don said was it shouldn't have happened. It was wrong on both parts. But like I said, he faulted this user instead of the guy who actually started it, the guy who was removed. So that was showing favoritism. And that's when I saw Don, in a different light. I was saying, no, that's not right. He was wrong. And so from there, at the time in the YWC, when there was supposedly wars going on, this other user who was, I call him a real hype man. He's real hype. He's obsessed with YouTube. Me, him, and 2 other users were all friends. Him and another friend that was starting a channel. I was going to work with them. And the thing is, the guy who's leading the channel, he made a decision that we'd be on our own. And the thing is, when I was on some of the ETA hangouts, the private hangouts, Jerry and Don would kind of bash this guy, and I told him about it, just being a friend. When I told him about it, he eventually suggested that we remove Don on Facebook, and that's where everything started. So 2 of us did, the other guy didn't. But the thing is, that's where it started. Don basically got pissed because 2 people removed him on Facebook simultaneously, and that's when he launched his so-called investigation. He figures, somebody's coming after him, somebody's going to knock him off his pedestal. Now, the thing is, the night of the Royal Rumble hangout, that's where, he saw fit. He had one user on, asked him a question, then had me on, it's the investigation and saying, I hope I get a truthful answer this time when I ask you, did you remove me on Facebook and did you do it intentionally? And I told him, I did, but I tried to add him back, and it was also, I told him before, it was by accident because him and Jerry had questioned me numerous times. Same thing, would let it go. Now, I said what I said because I didn't want to be a snitch, and on the streets, what a snitch is. People snitch on their friends, like Poston. You would protect your friends, wouldn't you? If you could, right? You wouldn't snitch on them,
Right.
So, okay, that's what I'm saying. I didn't snitch. But the thing is, that's what was costly because the guy I was trying to protect is the guy that basically even himself betrayed me and threw me under the bus because he, at the time, he was still with ETA, even though after he did what he did, he admitted his truth. That night, Don Banks, even though when I was trying to make a point, but he said, there was another source he had that's classified information, and I already knew who that was, but I didn't say that to Don because I didn't want to, embarrass him or, I wanted to help him save face. And he said his name was, what did it say, Mr. J, of the J word. Last name Timberlake. I'll leave it at that.
No,
So
that dude doesn't exist, man. Justin Timberlake is a fake, man. He's a scam. I already know. I've already had my dealings with this right here. But, I mean, if Don says anything about a Justin Timberlake, or not Justin Timberlake, Josh Timberlake, yeah. That's all placebo. It's all bullshit. I am here to fucking tell you that. He's brought out Josh Timberlake in the past. It's a joke. It's a running joke with Don. I just wanted to let you know that.
I understand. But here's the interesting thing. He's got a profile on Facebook. And WJ did a video on him on Daily Motion showing his picture, because he sent a message to WJ, about, ET profiting off dead kids and that kind of stuff. So I guess I don't know if his real name is Josh or if he exists or what, but like I said, I can show you the other profile. I got him blocked because it sent me messages attacking me. I got him blocked on Facebook, but I can unblock him and show you the profile. But like I said, if he's fake, if it's a fake name he's using, I understand that too.
It's a the Josh Timberlake may be a kid, but everything his connection with Don, I remember Dark War Wolfman actually did a bunch of exposing videos on Don Banks. He's still got them somewhere, I think, and we've actually set up a Don. When we were going at Don, we set up a Don Banks tribute page for Don, where we were taking all these basically videos that Don was doing and exposing a lot of the shit that he was doing at the time. Some of it was false flagging. Some of it was basically with the Josh Timberlake stuff. He took the Josh Timberlake thing and was trying to run Sean's View off of YouTube and other members, saying that this guy was being harassed and threatened by some of us, and none of us even knew that this kid even existed. He was trying to use that. He would make video clips. He would steal video clips So it's a complete scam with the Josh Timberlake thing.
Okay, I
I
didn't know
know
that.
that.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Well, that's good. Anyway, as I was trying to make my point, he cut me off, of course, and said, "By my judgment, Malik is banned." And even though I was banned, I sent a response video, trying to apologize and trying to explain at the time. I sent it to Jerry, he sent it to Don, but I got no response. Of course, months later, I hear that they're still mentioning me and my other friends, on their channel, which we didn't appreciate. So finally, fast forward months later, one night things came to a head. Uh, on the Facebook chat, ETA chat, apparently I found out now it was a work. Jerry and Don were basically arguing over a contract dispute. And Don comes out his mouth at my friend saying, I see so and so looking with his beady little eyes. And of course, that's when I jumped on in the chat because at the time, General Jerry added me back to the chat. I jumped in it. I jumped on Don. I didn't hold back, and it went from there. There was verbal profanity said back and forth for probably days. And some of the ETA members came on hang out with us and understood my anger, and we talked. Because like I said, I was on there before with them, and I knew them, and they were cool with me. I mean, so I thought, some are cool sometimes, other times they weren't. But but anyway, finally, one night, me and two of the friends decided to do a shoot video, which got a lot of views, almost 100 views. But later, while we were talking, I decided to take it down. So, but Don, he got hot at me. I'm pretty sure he saw it. And Jerry sent me a message saying he doesn't support the video. I just responded saying, well, your boy Don, he mentions me on videos. He shoots his insults, So I made this video in response, and I have a right to do so. So I did it, and then one night, this is during their ECW review. Don calls me out again, and he actually wanted me to come on the hangout and say, you'll get the show before the show. There's two people I want. Malik, I want him more than life itself. Here's a guy backstabbing, condescending, and calling me all of this. And then he called out Sean's views. He wanted Sean's views too, because Sean's views apparently made videos mentioning him about 8 times. So Don was hot about that. I didn't respond. I just left a comment, to Don saying, if he wants me, he's got to come to my house on my channel. It won't be his court this time. It'll be on my court. But, of course, he never responded. I just got a message from Jerry. Jerry sent me the link to come in and sort it all out. I told him I'm moving on. I'm not going to do that. And he said I must have seen the hands on his face because, I think Jerry wanted it to stop.
Yeah, I see Jerry as being a more balanced, part of ETA. I think that he's the one that kind of wants everybody to come over there and go ahead. He wants a quality show, and he wants to go ahead and build up ETA. And then sometimes Don lets his ego get in there. That's been Don's biggest problem since day one, is kind of that big ego that he has.
Yeah.
I think that also holds back ETA quite a bit is, I understand that, you come out here, you do the character, you're trying to get out there, you want to be the top dog, you want to be the alpha male, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But you need a little bit of everything. You know what I'm saying? You need everybody to come over there and put in that spot. Like Don's the fucking alpha male. He's like, and Dark Horse put it best. Don is Dark Horse, and I'm Jerry. You know what I'm saying? Jerry's the guy that goes over there. He's the one that's like, oh, okay, hey, this guy may be a problem. This guy, and he's trying to keep the peace and whatnot. And that's always been, kind of like the relationship that me and Dark. Everybody says that I'm like the Hulkster for WJ, but that's not even close to being a fair representation. Because I've been doing this right here, and I've had my own channel, and I've done my own videos and my own thing. I think to Jerry, he's a little bit more submissive to Don than I am to Dark Horse. So, I mean, that's the difference since we did come up and we did get a lot of this stuff accomplished that we got together.
Yeah, that's true. I understand it, and that's good. I like it. I like it that you stand on your own and stand alone. See, that's my problem with Jerry. He's too. I always called him. He was too submissive. I always used the term lapdog. And I didn't like that. The thing is, I found out the whole argument what was a work. And the thing is, anybody who stands up to Don, Jerry, even when Don is wrong, Jerry supports him. And that's, that's the problem. That's why I felt a lot of times I couldn't trust Jerry, because even though Jerry might seem fair, he still backs Don.
Right.
And all the, so
And that's the difference. That's the difference because, like with Dark Horse, I'm honest. He'll know that if I don't agree with him on something, or if I think that he's wrong, I tell him, "Yo, I think you're wrong personally, and I don't agree with this right here." Like I said, he's even said it here on video that he's gotten pissed off at me and did shoots on me, real shoots. And then later on, he'll feel bad and try to take it back, and it's like, I knew it was a real shoot. I knew you were upset. But, yeah, I mean, he's done real shoots on me too. But, he usually comes back and says, it's not like we're trying to, like, with Jerry, if you stand up to Don, it's not like you're trying to hurt him. But, it's trying to make him better. And that's what I try to do for Dark Horse. I want him to succeed. I want him to be better. I want him to get more subs. Just like, I want for myself to get more subs as well. I know if he succeeds, I know if you succeed, I know if all these other people that are, that I work with and talk to and that are sub to me, I know if that they succeed, it'll help me succeed. And that's the thing.
yeah,
So it's
I
not
like
like I'm trying, yeah, it's not like I'm trying to hurt anybody. But, yeah, I understand what you're saying is that he's too submissive, and sometimes he allows Don to hurt himself.
Yeah, well, the thing is, Don tried to, railroad me. I mean, he ran me, but like I said, I bounced back and I fought back. And like I said, that's why, and I was even advised not to do this interview, but I thought about it the whole week, and I told my, soon to be maybe ex-broadcast partner, him and this other partner that were doing a channel that was supposed to be doing a channel with. I don't like being dictated to what to do and what not to do. I stand alone. I would like, any people who are my true friends to support me in my decision to do an interview. If it was the other way around, I wouldn't tell them not to do it. I understand that one person, didn't want to do it because he's moved on. He didn't want to talk about it. I wanted to talk about it because I have something to say, and it feels good to talk about it and clear the air. See, I'm not cursing them. I'm not bashing them. I'm just saying straight up what happened from my point of view. And that is what happened. I have evidence of tweets. I have audio, everything. And plus, another reason why I'm glad I'm gone from that channel, as I told you in Dark Horse before, all the cyber sex chatting. There's this one member on there, she's a female. They called her the First Lady of ETA. Her and Don would X-rated chat back and forth all the time, and they did it on the Facebook chat. I didn't want to be added back. I would hardly chat on it. I started to leave, but I didn't, just for Jerry's sake, because Jerry added me back. But after things came to a head, I was removed, and so were a bunch of other people at the time. But I was, and the thing is, I'm not going to repeat some of the words, but you can use your imagination, of what was said. And even I said that on the Hangout, the Royal Woman Hangout, when Don banned me. And even Don asked, do you guys feel we were too sexual? And even after I banned, I saw some of their Hangouts again, same thing. And the girl was saying, we don't chat like that anymore. Oh, yes, you do, because you did it just now. They would do a review, and then they would go off to Sean's views, who expose himself, this and that, and this and that, and and that's not a hangout. I called it internet romper room. That's all that was. It was romper room. And then the guy that I tried to protect that threw me under the bus as well, who was still with him. They continued to bash him, constantly bashed him, but he kept coming back. I don't understand that. I mean, the guy, I guess, didn't know any better. He was so obsessed with ETA, and he even submitted a video for Tough Enough. Of course, he didn't get picked, And but like I said, if it was really sad. And I said to myself, I'm glad I'm not on that channel or those hangouts anymore. That it's ridiculous.
Well, see, I think whenever me and Dark Horse, and really to that degree, Manny Gentleman, and Sam Notorious SAM, now we're doing the set. Don and Jerry actually wanted to work with us and bring us in as a part of, ETA and work with them as well. I think that me and Dark Horse, because I have a pretty good rapport with Jerry. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with Jerry.
I understand.
And really, I don't have a problem with Don. I know that Don lets his ego get in his way, and he has a bad habit of doing that, which hurts Don in the long run. with that being said, I think that whenever me and Jerry, Don, and Dark Horse were doing works together, and when we were doing the work on WJ, whenever we were kind of going back and forth, it was they wasn't in on the work. I think that hurt their feelings a little bit because we didn't let them in on the work. Actually, WJ got involved, and we kind of Don Banks we kind of brought in to help us out and back us. So it worked out pretty good, and Don did some really good work on there. I mean, Don did some pretty good work. We all really, really worked together. And I think after seeing that, I think after Don saw it, and I think after Jerry saw the work that we were doing, it was Dark Horse, me, him, and Jerry, they felt like, man, we really worked together. We clicked together. We had a lot of ideas. And I think that they thought that to a degree, if they kind of, we did a work with the set and ETA, and if we did some sort of like, collaboration with like what everybody wants to see with Global Force and TNA, that it would have made both channels, both programs better, and it would have gotten it out there. And I would have been totally fine with that. I think me and Dark Horse definitely would have did work with Don, but we had this little middleman that they went to, and they should have never went to this guy because this guy wasn't making decisions. He was more of a lower guy on the totem pole. And he told them to go fuck themselves. And I'd only found out about this like a month or so later, and I'm like, what the fuck? Because I come across the comments that they were having. And he said, oh, well, we'd never work with y'all, and that wasn't the fucking case. Me and Dark Horse would have been very, very interested in working with Don and Jerry, I think. But the whole thing is, it's like, yeah, you got the Dark Horse, Josh has his ego as well. Sometimes, he can let his ego get the best of him. Then later on, but at least he can admit it whenever his ego gets the best of him and say, sorry, sometimes I don't make the best decisions. I went like with Nigel. I went at you, I should have, came to you first directly. Sometimes, and then at least he'll apologize. Don doesn't do that as much, you know what I'm saying? Don's like, he keeps on making it worse. So if he has a problem with somebody, later on, said problem comes over there and bites him in the ass because he doesn't know when to fucking say, hey, look, I may be wrong, I'm sorry, and then move on. This is probably part of the reason why, him and Manny are, have been at it since forever because, they just can't move on from it. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. Yeah, the thing is, I'm surprised you were able to work with Don. Personally, I wouldn't trust the guy now. Not farther than I can throw him. And me and my other friends, we repeatedly went to Jerry and said, we demand an apology. And I said, the only way you get an apology, the only way I remove the video is if we get an apology. We never got one, so it stayed up for months and months. I decided to take it down because I was advised to, to move on. So, but and Jerry finally admitted we're not getting an apology. And I say, oh, okay. But like I said, Don Banks has a big head. I just didn't know at the time. And like I said, you live and you learn. Now I wish I never found that channel. But at the same time, I found some good buddies. I discovered Dark Horse even while I was banned from ETA. I've been discovered Dark Horse, watched the videos, left a few comments. And finally, when he announced he was going to do Google Hangouts, I was on the WWE Payback review of the first one. And I just want to say to you, Dark Horse, and all the brothers that you, on your team, it's an honor. It's an honor to work with y'all. Y'all are much more mature, very professional hangouts. And like I said, it's just an honor to work with you guys.
Well, we appreciate having you on, man. You definitely contribute a lot. Plus, you get the little articles that nobody really looks up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of the TNA stuff, which I'm a TNA guy, you're a TNA guy.
Oh, yeah.
So it's always good to have that. Definitely, it makes your channel more, out there. It gets it out there for everybody. It gives everybody something.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not having to sit here and say, oh, well, and then listening to, like, maybe to a degree, light porn of their sex chats and stuff like that. Yeah, we don't really, like I said, sometimes I'll do the character with John Cena on the Hangout.
Yeah, and that's funny. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm saying, ETA there is basically, if you listen to Don and this other chick that were chatting, you would think you have to pull out your credit card and dial a 900 number. That's what I'm saying. That's how bad that was. See,
Yeah, and yeah, that's there's no reason to sit there and do that. Any
I
kind
swear.
of relationship, I'd like to go out and like have real relationships,
Yeah,
not come on.
find the real thing. Find the real thing. There's a time and place. I mean, if you want to do that, don't do it on a hangout live where people can see. Do it off
Right.
air in private. I mean,
Exactly.
come on. I didn't join the Google Hangouts for that. I was talking to wrestling. You're going on, take this off, and she's got. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah, that's a little too much doing it live.
And the
I
thing is,
guess if you wanted to get into that, there's
yeah,
probably a market for it.
true, yeah.
Uh,
It's called porn.
and I'm sure it's just getting to be a fucking weird fucking society here. You
Yes,
know, society's morality is kind of dropping as we go along.
yeah, it's
But
dropping.
I'm sure that there's a fucking audience out there for it, but I guess I just really haven't had that. I'm not that desperate. So whenever I see stuff like that, if I was to sit there and say, I was going to say, well, I want to see Don's Hangout. I want to see what he thinks about this right here. And then I hear about somebody taking off their clothes and touching their, and then, you know, doing all this other shit to each other. Then I'm going to tune out.
Oh yeah,
Because
it's
that's not what I come here for.
Yeah, it's not wrestling information. It's not the pay per view review. It's not the Raw. It's not the scoop. Like I did a video on Nicole Bass getting arrested. That's information. That's a story. You know what I mean? And like I said, when I get a chance, I'm gonna do some more videos on some more articles. Dolph Ziggler, as of late, has been hemming and hawing about signing the contract. One said he did resign it. Another one says now he didn't resign, which is probably a good thing. I would advise him not to resign, period, in the long run.
And that's probably one of the things why a lot of people don't like the WWE right now. Because they always put all this political, over-sexual shit in their fucking product and whatnot that we don't, high homosexual overtones that we don't want to see. And then people will sit there and tune in, and then they'll see this segment of maybe a dancing bunny and all these half-naked people dancing with Adam Rose, and they're like, I didn't tune in to see this shit. I think I'll go watch fucking what's that, fucking Walking Dead or something. And then they tune out to something else. And that's why WWE loses their ratings, is because they don't stay true. And it's the same thing with Enter the Arena. If what you're saying is true. Now, I don't watch a lot of their live hangouts because they tend to be too long. And this was why I stopped watching Bruce's live hangouts, is because they just went too long. The more people you get into a hangout, the longer it's got to be. Thus, why Danielson had to start cutting out, reducing his basically how many people his panel, because if you have 12 or 8 people over there, the hangouts get to be about 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? 4 hours and whatnot.
I understand that. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah. I mean, that's good. I don't even want to be on a hangout that long. I mean, at first it was fun because it was just fun, and so it was fun to be on there for hours. But then I started to think, okay, I work. I need to go to sleep. And I'm on a hangout until 2 or 3 a.m. I stopped doing that. So, like I said, now I understand why Dark Horse does his hangouts and they're short. If I can get on one in the future, cool. If I can, I understand. Like I said, he understands I have a job. And like I said, this is the first of the month for me at the bank. I'm probably not going to, I'm definitely not going to make next Monday's hangout if he has one, because I'll probably be there past one, because it's first of the month. It's the weekend of July 4th. So it's tomorrow and Monday, it's going to be real busy at the bank, processing work.
Right. And like I said, maybe every once in a while, whenever my prodigal champ gets, if it gets unsuspended and whatnot, maybe you can jump on one of my hangouts and whatnot.
Oh, love to. Yeah, love to. Anybody that can hang out, you, Dark Horse, or Dark Wolf. Even Dark Wolf said on Google Plus he likes to do an old school wrestling hangout with me sometime. Because he's really cool too. Like I said, your whole circle is really cool. I mean, it's mature and it's no little kids. That's the part. I mean, the ETA hangouts, they had kids like under 10 years old. They had one kid, the guy and his brother, one kid, guys up past curfew, and that's wrong. And still cyber sex chat. See,
yeah.
That's the worst part. You're doing that in front of little kids. Little kids don't need to hear that. They're going to hear the wrong things because that's what their parents need to teach them. That's something their parents need to teach them about when they're older and they can understand.
Right, it's unprofessional. I mean, I can understand saying the curse words and stuff like that, just swear words. But yeah, you're right. The sexual overtones in society, it just gets way out of control. And then everybody's like, oh, well, this right there, and you're putting thoughts into, someone's mind that they probably don't need. Now, I can understand if you're going to sit there and say, fuck John Cena, because
Yeah.
John Cena fucking sucks, and that son of a bitch needs to fall down and all this kind of shit. I can understand that, but whenever you start making it a perversion, then you're basically what you're doing is that these kids are coming in here. They may be about 13, 12, 13, 14 years old. You're making them perverts as well, and that's not a good thing. They should be able to develop free. They should be able to watch your shows. There's a reason why they watch your shows. They want to come here for wrestling, not to hear you talk about sex. So, yeah, I totally agree with that. If that's what's going on, like I said, I don't watch their channel that much. Me, Dark Horse, we try to do our own thing. Like I said last week, I put on the Cena mask. I think that people liked it.
Oh, I
I
loved
think
it.
they
Yeah,
were.
that was hilarious. I loved it. And as far as ETA's video content, I haven't watched it in I think over a month now. And I don't intend on watching it because I don't want to hear his mouth. So but much success to him. That's fine. But, like I said, I'm trying to do my own thing too. Like I said, like Nigel told me in the hangout, I got to stand alone. I mean, I work with anybody, and if we're cool, we're cool. But I'm gonna stand alone. I think in the future now. That's something I should have learned from day one when I first started doing this.
Yeah, and also Cabal's another good one to jump in on a hangout. I know he's doing a lot of hangouts. I think I've seen you in some of them, as a matter of fact,
Yeah, I was in
coming and
one.
going.
Yeah, I was in one last weekend with you guys, and that was fun. Even though it was long, it was still fun. See, that's how it should be. Fun, no drama, no, and we talked about movies and everything, and we talked about who we like to get with, but we didn't get over perverted with it. You know what I mean? We didn't continue. So we switched
Yeah, I
again.
think
So
I think I came into that hangout twice actually, and I
yeah,
thought it was a different hangout. I
yeah,
came in, and then I left, and then I said, "Damn, Cabal's doing another hangout." So
yeah. That's the one. He said it was like 10 hours long. He was on there just one. After he set up the next one, I didn't come back because I was tired, so I just crashed. I even told him on the message I just crashed, so I didn't come back in that one.
yeah, neither did I. I told him I was going to crash though, because I had to go to work the next day. But yeah, that was a super hangout. It's on Cabal Entertainment if y'all want to go see it. Um, but yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and check on my laundry. But I'll go ahead and let you finish up. Is there anything else you want to add if you want to finish up and wrap it up?
No, I think I've said it. I think I've gotten everything off my chest that I've said, and I'm good now. I'm glad to do this interview. Just to say, the two people who might be watching that advised me not to do this interview. As far as the channel that you're gonna start, I think I'm gonna stand alone. Much success to you, but I wanted to do this interview, and I have the right to do so. So I did it, and I will not be dictated. I will not be dictated to what to do and what not to do. This is the internet. Even me and him preach, free will. My free will is to do what I want to do, and just like posting, you do what you want to do. Dark Horse does what he wants to do and says what he wants to say in the way he wants to say it, which is why that's what draws people to him. That's what drew me to him, and I've learned a lot from you and from him.
Yeah, that's what we kind of just do. We'll work together to help each other succeed and whatnot. But he'll always do his projects, and then I'll do my projects too. Like my whole beef right now is mainly with the Undertaker freak. While
Yeah, I seen that.
he,
Yeah, I seen some of the messages on that. Yeah,
he's kind of doing building up his channel and trying to get these hangouts going and whatnot. Dark Horse has had beef before with certain people that I haven't been involved with. So
yeah.
I mean.
When I first joined y'all's first hangout, and I noticed you guys are being attacked like crazy by people. I mean, flagged and all this kind of stuff. I mean, good God. I mean, you guys are a target.
Yeah.
I don't know why. But I guess what? I call that people being scared of y'all. Cause see, y'all are real. Y'all don't put on punches, and y'all ain't scared of nobody.
Yeah. See, the thing is that if you have haters.
Yeah.
You're going to have haters no matter what.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have haters that strong that have to go out of their way to go over there and try try to run you off of a site or try to do this right here. Then you have people that are that passionate, that love you that much, that they're sub to you, that whatever you say, they're going to watch, they're going to listen, and they're going to take you, which is why I don't want to let them down whenever I come out here and do a video. I shoot from the hip, and I tell them what I think. I try not to mislead anybody. With that being said, and that's why a lot of stuff, like with these responses and stuff, I do come in here, I do video editing, I put the videos in my videos, or I try to give them links. That way they can do the research for themselves. With that being said, you know, with all these haters that you're going to get them too eventually. But there's going to be that many more people that's going to like what you're doing. And they're going to support you no matter what. And that's kind of where me and Dark Horse are, is that, yeah, we've got our haters, but we got our loyal subs that just appreciate everything that we do. And it's, you know, like I said, it's just whenever you get there, you'll know it. You'll have people come over there that just want to be taught. Have you mention them, and then that's just makes their day. A lot of people over here, I've noticed a lot that everybody comes up. Some people come out here, and then they're like, "Oh, well, I just don't want to offend nobody. I don't want to make anybody mad." Listen, you're not going to agree with everybody. Just be yourself, and if you offend somebody, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? People are going to hate what you have to fucking say. They're not going to ever try to fucking understand your point of fucking view. You've got to do you. Don't worry about offending everybody else. You stick to your guns. You do you, and you'll have success on this website. If you go over there and you try to tiptoe around shit just to appease everybody, then that's not good. You know what I'm saying? Because the people who make the most money got a lot of fucking haters, and they got a lot of fucking supporters. If nobody's sitting there hating you, or you know, you're probably not going to have that many people over there supporting you. Yeah. And if you don't have those haters and those lovers, then nobody's going to know about you. You know what I'm saying? Those people don't grow.
That's true. So, yeah. I mean, for me, I'm off to maybe a mediocre start. It's a good start. I have 61 subs right now, which is not bad. So I'm not too far from 100. I don't know if I'll ever get to 100. Like I said, I do this for fun. I'm not making any money. You know, I know Sean's views. He's raking in cash. ETA generates cash. That's what WJ said in his video before they got flagged down, suspended at the time of a few weeks ago. He says, you know, when WJ says Don has that connections, has that cash, you know, so I don't have any cash. You know, I may have a job, you know, but, you know, I do this for fun, you know what I mean? So I'm not a sellout. I'm not trying to be corporate. I'm just here to make videos, express my opinions on wrestling, and to do hangouts. And to have fun. So, whenever I host a hangout, I like to invite as many of you guys on as possible next time. Like the last one I did, the TNA Slammiversary one. I wish I had invited not Nigel, but Neverfold. I forgot to invite him. So they said there was so many guys I wanted to have on there, but it's only 10 at the limit. Oh, and as far as shout outs, I like to shout out to, like I said, Dark Horse, Bearstown, much love. Nigel, much love. Neverfold. A guy named Black Wolf, Excess Ranter, Metal Gym guy, who I haven't been on a hangout with yet.
Pittsburgh Steelers fan Jeff Duncan, by any chance?
Yeah, Jeff Duncan, yep, that's my boy. And there's another one I can mention on another hangout, but I forget his name now. But I think I added him. I just can't put his name. It was the white guy with the dreads. He was sitting in the truck and it was dark. I don't know if you were on that one. You might know him.
Stephen Rose. Okay,
it's Steven Rose. Yeah, I met him just recently. The one that was on Dark Horse Hangout. I hit him on Facebook. Yeah, Steven Rose. What's up, buddy? He's on vacation right now. So, like I said, I'm gonna go back to my list, and like in the future hangout, I'll give them all a shout out. Like I said, all the brothers in the YWC Dark Horse family.
I appreciate it, man. Other than that, I'll go ahead and let you go ahead and take us out because this is your hangout, bro. Yeah,
this okay, everybody. To everybody who watched, thanks for watching, and you know, peace, love, and hair grease. We out.